From San Antonio's own Ken's 5, this is the news at 5.
This is Ken's 5 News at 5. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Sarah Fergani, and today is Ken's 5's and San Antonio's own Deborah Knapp's final newscast. I say that with a heavy heart, but we are celebrating her 48 years of excellence in journalism with a watch party. We're going to share her favorite moments amongst her family and friends, as you could see here live, many of whom are here with us at Ken's 5 right now in the studio. We'll have much more on that in just a minute, but first we do have some developing news for you now at 5, our top story tonight.
A shootout inside a vape shop early this morning has left one man in the hospital as police search for the suspects. This happened just after midnight on Medical Drive. Police say the fight was between two customers. Now tonight, Ken's 5 reporter Simone Simpson brings us more details from a witness.
Police are still trying to figure out what led to the shooting. At last check, the 37-year-old victim was in surgery.
Nobody was out here. It was deserted. You could definitely tell something was in there.
Reopening Friday is what's posted outside the Classic Mart and 420 shop's doors.
It's definitely an eye-opener because all these people out here are carrying guns, and you got kids shooting kids just to get likes on Facebook.
Turning away customers following a shooting that's left one man in the hospital. Officers say gunfire between two customers erupted inside the store after a confrontation. When officers arrived to the 4000 block of Medical Drive, they couldn't find the victim of the shooting. They did find used shell casings inside and outside the store. Two men were detained at the scene. Officers were later told a 37-year-old victim was dropped off at the hospital with gunshot wounds. According to SAPD, he is expected to recover. The suspect is currently unknown.
Whatever went on, you know what I'm saying? He definitely didn't deserve that.
Reporting from the medical center, Simone Simpson, Ken's 5.
All right, Simone, thank you for that. Also tonight, a SWAT standoff on the city's west side ends with multiple rounds of tear gas. Police say the suspect, 38-year-old Jimmy Pena, surrendered overnight. SAPD was trying to serve a warrant on Pena at his home on Les Harrison Drive, and when he refused to come out, SWAT was called. Well, they eventually knocked down the doors and fired several rounds of tear gas into that house. Pena finally surrendered and was arrested.
Hardline Republicans are still opposed to what President Trump calls his one big, beautiful bill. They're expected to meet with the president this afternoon in an effort to reach an agreement on the massive budget package. The budget package includes an additional $350 billion for border security, deportations, and defense, and spending cuts to entitlement programs. But members of the House Freedom Caucus say those cuts and efforts to root out waste, fraud, and abuse in Medicaid don't go far enough.
You're having 7 times more money going to the able-bodied than the vulnerable. We're trying to fix that.
That's local Congressman Chip Roy right there. A new analysis of the bill by Congressional Budget Office finds it will increase the federal deficit by $3.8 trillion. The White House has previously denied it will add to the deficit.
We're also learning tonight that the Pentagon says Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has accepted a gifted Boeing jet from Qatar for President Trump to use as Air Force One. A Pentagon spokesman says the department will work to ensure proper safety measures and that the plane was accepted in accordance with all federal rules and regulations. President Trump has defended the gift as a way to save tax dollars. Back here in San Antonio, we are looking at another hot day on this Wednesday, aren't we?
Absolutely. Weather Chief Bill Taylor now joins us with the forecast. Bill?
Hello, Deborah. We've got a sun-kissed skyline on this Wednesday, but you see a little bit of that haze. Now, air quality in decent shape. It could be better, but right now it's moderate, so no big worries. It is hot air outside for sure. 91 Helotes and Bernie, but 97 Hondo, Castroville, 98 at Lackland Air Force Base, 96 here in the city, 98 down south at Stinson. If you're heading out this evening, temperatures will stay warm, 90s until probably about 8:30 or 9 o'clock. Take a look at the 14-day forecast, where 2 out of the next 3 our weather impact alerts because of the heat. While we're hitting 97 to even a 98 on Saturday, it's going to be what your body thinks the temperature is. The heat index is going 104 to 105 the next 2 days. Then on Memorial Day Monday, because of a decent rain chance and being a Memorial Day holiday, we're also going to go with a weather impact alert. This doesn't mean severe weather is a certainty, but we'll know more about that as we get into some more high-resolution data Thursday and Friday. Sarah.
All right, Bill, thank you so much. Coming up, don't go away. You're going to want to see this. We're celebrating our very own Deborah Knapp. She is retiring after nearly 5 decades of journalism. We're going to hear her final message to Ken's 5 viewers.
Deb, I wish you the best. I wish you to continue your faith journey, continue being a good friend, and gracious to people as you have been, and you count with me. I assure you my prayers. I love you, Deb.
Thank you so much for serving our community for so long. Enjoy your retirement. God bless you and be safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KENS 5 and KENS 5 Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KENS 5 Plus.
You're watching San Antonio's own KENS 5.
Hi, Deborah. Nora O'Donnell. I'm here at the Vatican covering the conclave, and I just wanted to wish you a very happy retirement. My good friend, you have done such incredible work in San Antonio for KENS. I know how much my family and friends adore watching you all the time, and I've enjoyed working with you. So, look, the bells of St. Peter's are ringing for you. So sending love and happy retirement, and hope to give you a hug in person sometime soon.
Wow, cue the bells. Incredible. This is Deborah Knapp's final newscast. And after spelling the word journalism with a capital J and having integrity and holding herself to the highest standard every single day for 48 years, Deborah has decided to retire. Her 6-time Emmy-winning, Hall of Fame-honored career began here in San Antonio. Her style of journalism was an art form. Deborah has the ability of bringing every one of you viewers from your home to the scene. Her extraordinary talent is what tapped the shoulder of the bigger markets. So it was on to Philadelphia and CBS, positioning herself for a move to network and national stardom. But when she became a mom, Deborah wanted to be back here in the city she grew up in. And she decided to spend her career informing San Antonio's own. That was a tough decision, I bet.
It was a wonderful decision, the best decision possible. And all of you have just really made my career possible. And thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for that.
Well, I mean, the selfless heart was shown then, and it continues now. So many have come here. This has been such a beautiful reunion. We've got a full house in Studio B right now. A watch party for Deborah's final newscast. Look at all of our family and friends in there. So happy to be here. Would not miss a monumental moment in San Antonio television for sure.
I'm so touched. I mean, good friends. Jeff Brady is here, and Joe Reinig, all the guests.
Yeah, there's the exclusive Studio A seats are for Jeff Brady. Look at this. I'm telling you, we've got your whole family, including Austin.
Yes, my husband Celso. And
this is wonderful. This is so good.
It's so meaningful to me. Thank you so much.
Well, Deborah is so special. People have come from all over the state just to be here with her today. And if you want to know why she is special, did you know the San Antonio Missions are the only UNESCO World Heritage Site in Texas? You're like, why are you throwing out that random fact? You might have known that, but the reason is, did you know Deborah Knapp played a really big role in making that happen for San Antonio? Here's Father David Garcia with how Deborah is leaving an imprint on San Antonio and the people of our city. You've known Deborah Knapp for a very long time.
I would say at least 40 years. I remember the first time we really interacted a lot was when Pope John Paul II was going to visit San Antonio in September of 1980. 87. 3 days before the Pope came, there was this tremendous windstorm, blew down. And I just remember Deborah being on the newscast that night saying to the people, this is a very serious thing, you know, the Pope is going to be here in 3 days. And it just, you know, kind of focused the community. And we got all kinds of volunteer machinery, equipment, labor, and I do want to give Deborah a certain amount of credit.
We'd like to present to you Miss Sandra Valle with our very first Golden Apple.
Deborah comes across as that kind of a very professional journalism person for our community that has helped the community to understand what's going on, but also to understand it in a kind of a very thoughtful manner, in a kind of a wonderful way that we are community.
She knows the people of San Antonio, and she's built relationships with people like you.
She's compassionate about this community. She wants to lift this community up.
Mission Concepcion is the only church with all of its original walls and roof.
I was raising funds for the restoration of the 4 Spanish missions in trying to get them to be nominated and accepted as World Heritage Sites. And it was a huge project. And I asked Deborah if she would be on the committee for Las Misiones.
But it too needs help to keep standing.
Every time I'd have a fundraiser, which was always very important, you had to raise funds, she was there. She was my face. She was the face of the missions as the master of ceremonies. She bought the table herself. She said, I'll have a table, you know, or she would organize friends with her, and they would buy a table, and they would be some of the sponsors.
When you think of Deborah Knapp, what words come to mind?
I guess the first word I would say is gift. She's a gift to this community. She's a good listener. You know, whenever she's looking at you and whenever you're talking to her, you can tell she's really listening. I mean, that face, you know, comes and you know, she wants you to tell her what you really think so that she can absorb that and then work with that. My memories are pretty much the whole 40 years. And they're memories of gratitude for a person that had a lot of gifts, had a great personality, had wonderful professionalism.
Take a look at this, and if you feel so inclined.
How you use it to better the community and not just better your own career is what I think Deborah's all about. That's kind of the character that she is. She's a real treasure to San Antonio.
He's much too kind. Father David is such a gift to this community. He is. Thank you, Sarah.
I think he's right when he said you are a gift to our community. You have done so much in the last 40 years of being a part of San Antonio. And this is a thing that a lot of people don't see. You see Deborah giving you the news, but when those lights come off and she steps off that desk, her work in the community continues. When she's off, that takes weekends and nights and extra hours, and it's all volunteer work. It's all done from the heart. And I'll never forget when I started at Ken's 15 years ago, and I saw that you'd been here that long and you're still working that hard. And I'm thinking, she is who I would like to be.
And you work so hard, Sarah.
In all these years, you've never lost your spark.
Oh,
I'm going to miss you. My only regret is we didn't get to work side by side.
I know.
We're going to be right back, folks.
I love working.
It's going to be a long hug, so we're going to go to break.
She's intelligent, she's beautiful, she's presentable, she has experience, she has stamina to stay the course, she has focus. All of those reasons, Deborah is the kind of journalist we need more of in our society.
Thank you, Deborah, and congratulations on 5 incredible decades of telling San Antonio's story and being our trusted voice on the news. We love you.
Welcome back as we continue to celebrate Deborah Knapp. Our KENS 5 journalists have learned from the very best. Deborah's touch to news scripts and attention to detail is unmatched. KENS 5 anchor Henry Ramos has more on Deborah's impact here in our newsroom.
Eyewitness News with Deborah Knapp.
Good evening. Police are still searching for
a familiar voice delivering the headlines most important to you. But Deborah Knapp is more than just a voice you know and trust. She is a colleague, friend, and mentor. And her impact goes beyond this desk and these studio lights.
3, 2, 1.
In an instant, things can quickly change in a newsroom. But there's always been one constant:
She's such a legend and a leader.
I think of a storyteller with heart.
She's one of a kind.
That thing we say, San Antonio's own, that's Deborah Knapp.
She has been a household name for decades, guiding us through countless stories of tragedy and triumph with her commanding poise and presence.
Additional information now.
You know whenever you see Deborah Knapp on TV that it's coming from her heart.
She speaks to the viewers as if she's in their own home.
That is just part of Deborah's legacy. It is her influence that continues to shape the newsroom and the next generation of journalists.
Especially when you're first starting, to have somebody just embrace you like that, make you feel like you belong, but also have so much faith that you can be better.
You know, she's always providing a better way to do things, and I love her for that.
And a lot of us are away from home, and so she brings that sense of family.
I love how she tells how it is for the most part. She doesn't beat around the bush.
Deborah Knapp stayed until 7 o'clock at night to wait for me to get back from my live shot so she can run through the lines with me. She didn't have to do that, but she does things like that.
Just like how she delivers the news, it stays with you. The way she gives you advice, it stays with you.
At this point of the script, a final message to you, Deborah. Simply thank you for all that you've done. The rest coming from the heart.
We love you. We're going to miss you so much.
Deborah, you're the best. You already know you're the best, but I'm gonna tell you again that you're the best.
Deb, I'm the reporter I am here at Ken's 5 today because of you.
You have become my family here in San Antonio, so thank you for being a second mom to me, and I love you.
I'm gonna wish you the best in your years of retirement.
I will forever look at your career and hope that mine can live up to it.
When I think of the type of person I would love to be in the future, I think of you.
I know that I love you deeply, and so does everyone else, because we all are San Antonio's own, and you are the queen.
Oh, that is much too kind. No, they're just, thank you. We just work with the greatest group of journalists and committed people, and it's just, it's an honor to work with them.
Great, because you're a great leader.
Oh, thank you, Sarah.
And you are
Thank you.
truly, actions speak louder than words.
Oh.
That is Deborah.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you have done. And Bill Taylor joining us now from Studio B, where there's a watch party going on behind him. I know everybody feels the same way right now, Bill.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you. It's an incredible tribute to someone who deserves every moment of it. I can echo the exact same words of those young reporters and producers when I was 26 years old and I stepped foot in that Ken's 5 newsroom. It was Deborah Knapp who sat next to me and taught me how to use the computer system, which was amazing. Look, I'm telling you, look at all of our great friends. Say hi to Deborah, everybody. Now we're blessed to hear from Austin Bonilla. Take a look at this. Austin Bonilla, how you feeling, my man?
I'm good. I'm happy. I'm so proud of her.
I know, right? Exactly. Now, we know her as a journalist. We know her as a colleague. What is she like as a mom?
You know, my whole life, people have come up and asked me, do you know how amazing your mother is? And it is such a good feeling to be able to answer that every time honestly and with confidence. Yes, I do, because the woman that people see and invite into their home every day on their television, there's no disconnect between who she is when she comes home. She is just as lovely and warm and compassionate and intelligent, and that's why one of my favorite things to do with her is go to H-E-B. Because when we check out, or at some point during our visit, the cashier will do a double take and they'll say, oh, are you, her picture is right there next to the and they'll say, oh, are you? And she'll say, yes, I'm Deborah Knapp. And they'll say, oh, I've watched you my whole life. My family just loves you. And she'll say, thank you so much. And tell me your name. And they'll say, Sachi. And she'll say, well, thank you so much for watching, Sachi.
Wow.
And every time.
Just pours into everyone she meets at every moment. Now, you were along for this 48-year ride for, well, a good part of it anyway, but you sometimes tried to take the wheel during that ride. There was one particular moment I want you to walk us through. There was a little food drive here at Ken's 5, and there's a 2-year-old Austin in her arms. What's happening here, bro?
Well, there I am, just comfortable in the spotlight.
But it's not going to take long before, yeah, I want the mic.
Well, you know, she inspired a confidence in me and my sister that, you know, just knowing how loved and how safe we were all the time, that, you know, we could be fearless, I guess, even when I was 2.
And look at this. Now goes to the bow. There goes to the bow.
Maybe not my finest moment.
Right. Now, we've got some other family members who want to spend a special wish to your mom as well.
Yes, I know, and we have something very special for my nieces and for my nephews. Yes.
48 years! I can't believe it! Congratulations, Lisa! We love you!
Oh. Move a muscle. Coming up next, her final goodbye.
Well, I'm truly overwhelmed, and thank you to everyone who worked on this. You know, retirement wasn't an easy decision because I truly love what I do, but it is time, and yes, I will miss you. Thank you for inviting me into your homes and trusting me to share your stories. That trust has been the honor of a lifetime. San Antonio has been my life. My dad was in the Air Force, and it brought us here, and we stayed. After college, my very first TV job was in the Alamo City, and since then, I've had the incredible privilege of witnessing this city's history unfold. I was there for Pope John Paul II's visit to San Antonio. I was reporting from the scene of Fiesta when a sniper opened fire on Grayson Street in 1979. We shared the city's joy as the Spurs won 5 championships, and I covered the stillness of the pandemic lockdown. You know, in this job, you learn a lot. And what has always stood out to me is the strength and compassion of this community. When disaster strikes, floods, fires, heartbreak, you respond, you step up, you help strangers. Thank you for your servant's heart. When I started in television news, we used rotary phones and we wrote our scripts on manual typewriters. Now we carry the newsroom around in our pockets. But through all of this change, one thing has stayed constant: the incredible people I've worked with. To the team at Ken's TV, producers, photographers, directors, reporters, managers, you made this newsroom feel like home. And I will miss you all, especially you, Bill. To my husband, Celso, thank you so much for the many missed dinners and for always being there. And to my children, Austin and Alicia, thank you for understanding that when news breaks, Mom couldn't always be home. I'm also so thankful for every moment I've shared with San Antonians and South Texans over these past 48 years. Meeting you has been my greatest reward. And now I'll have more time to run into you, so please don't hesitate to say hello. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Good night. Buenas noches, San Antonio.
Farewell to San Antonio's own Deborah Knapp.
I will cherish my years here at Ken's 5 and be forever grateful for your trust for all these years.
Celebrating the career of a Ken's 5 legend. Now streaming on Ken's 5 Plus.